guys, I wanted to come on here to talk about something that I was thinking in my head while I was working on the material for Wednesday's webinar. We have a webinar at 9 p.m. GMT, which is 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and we will be discussing manifesting purposefully with heart. And I really wanted to bring this to you because I've realized so many things in the last few months and about manifestation, and also kind of clarifying a few things because I also see a lot of stuff that is a little bit too out there in the sense that it's not very tangible, and I feel like we need tangible understanding of what manifesting is. Otherwise it's really confusing, and it becomes a buzzword that everyone in the new age movement will use, and then it doesn't have the steps and the guidelines to actually implement what manifestation can actually be about, which can be something really powerful. But I also align it to this feminine energy that is rising. So, I work with women mostly. I really love that. And of course, I don't turn away gentlemen that need help with, Reiki, yoga, meditation, absolutely great. But when it comes to really working deeply within that empowerment feeling, the feminine is coming up and up and up again since a year, but mostly through the summer when, I don't know what happened. It must have been a shift in energetics, but I just found my feminine and that energy that really drives me. And with that comes a lot of challenge because obviously as I stand up for what I personally want and believe in, a lot of the things in my life shift and they change. And then I'm actually finding that perhaps I want different things and I want more, and I want to make sure that I'm aligning my wants and needs to what I really have. And so the question that came up for me while I was working on this is, can we be grateful and still yearn for more and want more? Because the understanding of gratitude is that if you're grateful, you shouldn't want for anything else because you should be happy with what you have. And though I think that holds a lot of truth to it, in the sense that what we have always gives us the opportunity to learn something, to be appreciative of what we have already, because you know what, even food on your plate is something to be grateful for, or an experience, whether it's positive or negative. And I know when it's negative, it's really hard to be grateful for it, but even that experience can teach us so much that we actually can vibrate at a higher level and actually attract the things that are truly aligned to that vibration, and so manifest that and be grateful for it, and be grateful for stepping from point A to point B. So things have obviously shifted for me this summer, and one of the things that I manifested was having my own space, which I also had a clear guidance in wanting to do on my own without doing it with other people, which at the beginning was the idea, but I just knew I had to do it on my own. And I'm not saying I didn't get any help, because I did get assistance. Kyle actually supported me in this, and it didn't come without the judgment and a little bit of backlash, but I asked for help and he helped, and now am to stand on my own feet and make it work and repay even the help that I received financially from him for this investment, which was obviously a little bit out of budget for me, because I didn't really think I was going to just do it this quickly. And but it's okay, because I know I can do it, because everything kind of aligned to making it happen. So one of the things that I truly felt in this conversation I was having, this question I was having, can we be grateful? Yeah, we can be totally grateful for what we have and still want more. And I think actually this is the difference between settling and actually wanting to grow, change, expand, and finding the next thing, and using where we are, the gratitude where we are, to the next step, which then takes us to the next level. Because again, settling means that we are being static, and when we are static, we're not growing anymore. And I really don't think that any human is going to be happy being static and not having any growth. Growth is part of our human experience if we really do it right, because our soul is so much more that we can comprehend consciously. Subconsciously and even etherically, we are so expansive, and there are things that we don't remember from past lives and our true nature, that spirit that we have inside of us. And to uncover that, to work at that, there are many tools that we can use. One is meditation. Reiki is one, because energy healing helps that, the ancestral healing, the Akashic records. There's so many things, so many modalities, so many tips and tools that we can use. And just understanding how we go upwards in the tree of life. So Kabbalah is great for that, for example, really embraces that concept that we are in Malkut right now, we are at the base level, we are in a very physical, dense energy world dimension, and we have to escalate and ascend. And to do that, we have to go through steps. To go through these steps, though, we have to acknowledge that it takes a little bit of work, and not just a little bit of work, it takes work, but it also the commitment to ourselves to make that next step happen. And so, although gratitude is very important, because the last thing you want to do is sitting there being a victim and complaining, it's also a way to say, I'm grateful for what I have right now, because it's giving me a launch pad for what I want to go next. And I think this is really what we're missing when we talk about gratitude, and especially in a religious setting where people are like, you just have to be grateful for everything you're given. Yes, we are given opportunities, we are given chances, we're given platforms, we're given a voice, we're given so many things that, quite honestly, sometimes we take, sometimes we don't take. So I think the gratitude for what we are presented with is important, because God doesn't make any mistake, but also our choices in using those tools and how we're going to use them so that we can ascend and go to the next level is truly important. So I feel that we should never really put ourselves in a box and not understand that actually gratitude doesn't stop us from wanting more and wanting to do better and wanting to become better and maybe changing some things. It actually reminds us that because of being grateful for where we are at that time, we can then change things. This is really truly a powerful thing, especially when things are not going well, because when things are not going well, it's so easy to step into victimhood and go and become negative about everything. And this is what we're going to talk about. Manifestation actually is very powerful, because we think we're not manifesting unless we're manifesting something amazing, or we're manifesting money, and that's really not it. Those things, those material things, especially when it comes to manifestations, are the bottom of the tower, because manifestation is so much more than that. And actually we manifest all the time. I mentioned it yesterday. This is what we're going to talk about. We are manifesting all the time. And so if we are not manifesting right, what are we manifesting? So the gratitude is important to make sure that we don't get in victimhood, because victimhood has a ripple effect. So the ripple effect of that will be then manifesting something that comes from that energy versus the gratitude energy. So that's really important to understand. And I think that makes a huge difference. But I also feel that we can totally be grateful and want more. It's not greedy, it's not selfish, it doesn't stop us from our growth, doesn't stop us from from being more spiritual, it doesn't stop us from being good human beings. And society somehow takes everything that is pure and corrupts it so that we become ashamed of it. And I think that's really the thing that makes me the saddest about it, because again, be grateful. Why are you complaining? Stop saying that you want more. Well, I'm not complaining when I say I want more. I'm just actually saying I want to set a goal and I want to get there for myself, because you know what? What I am now, I love it. It's great. But what I want to be next year is a different place. And to get there, I'm going to use the platform I have now, which I'm grateful for, but I have to get there and I have to take steps to get there. And this is the other thing about manifestation. People are like, just think about it, see yourself in this optimal place, and then forget about the steps you have to take to get there. And actually, that's a disservice to even manifestation, because truthfully, the steps to get there are equally as important as the finish line. So the journey is equally as important, and I feel that actually it doesn't get enough, spotlight. And so I truly hope that this webinar will be enlightening for you, as it is for me, as I am putting it together and reflecting on some things. And quite truthfully, I'm basically aligning all the things that have happened this summer, all the light bulb moments I had all summer, and bringing them together in a workshop, because they help me. And I'm a little bit of a stubborn one. I learn so much from different sources, but until I really embody things and take them in, it takes me a while, and I'm very skeptical about everything before I embody them. So it takes me a bit longer to get to places, I'm not gonna lie, because of that, because I probably think everything. But my process is also that I think about it, then I have to feel it. And then I have to really think, okay, is this something that has been just washed, in like the new age thing? Or is it something that I truly believe is achievable, can be done, and it's aligned? And sometimes it takes me a while to actually click and get there, because I have to feel it deeply within my soul. But also, I'm asking a lot of guidance from spirit, and to get that guidance, it takes a little bit of time. And also, I need to be in the right circumstances to hear that guidance. And sometimes I'm so busy and distracted that I don't hear it straight away. So it takes me a while to get there. But what I wanted to do is combine all the things that I actually heard through the summer and bring them to you. And I'm going to be very candid about the things that are happening for me and why I'm also having a lot of thoughts. And that encompasses a lot of stuff: my career, my personal life. I don't live in a fairy tale world. I don't have the perfect marriage. I don't have the perfect anything, but I have so many good things. I have so many amazing things that I am truly grateful for. But I do want to change, because I want to be happy. And because actually this summer, as I understood my human design, I understood my path. I did my divine healing with Antonia. She did my reading. Something shifted, and not because some things were confirmations, but at the same time were also like kicks in the ass to be like, what are you doing? So I heard the voice. I didn't really want to hear it, but I heard it, and there's some things that I really have to work on, and I have to work on myself. I have to work on with Kyle. I don't know if many things he's not ready to work on himself in alignment with what I'm working on, so we have a little bit of a clash there. So quite honestly, I am very humble about the fact that this learning curve and this path and this experience will have outcomes that maybe I don't expect right now. But again, it's the next step. And so taking steps to get to a place that is better, better, and better. And so I can only hope for the best case scenario. But in everything, like even this, with this practice, I really felt so pulled towards this, and I know it will work, but equally it requires a lot of work, and equally I am a little bit scared. And then I have to remind myself that the fear energy is going to attract the fear back from the people. Like, I want people that are actually ready to be expansive and open, because I can offer that expansiveness and openness. And I have to make sure that I can serve without that fear that interfere with the actual energy that I want to bring to people. So it's really, really important to understand these things. So I'm really looking forward to Wednesday, because honestly, all these drops that came to me are powerful, and I really want to share them with you, and I can't wait. So if you haven't signed up yet, send me a DM. I will send you the link to Zoom, but I also put it in the stories yesterday, and I will repost it. And it's in highlights, and so under the events, and then you have the link there to join the Zoom call. But we know we forget easily, so just send me a message and I will send you an invite with the Zoom details, and we're all good to go. So I'll see you Wednesday. Bye.